I tried to make the best barbecue grilled chicken breast of all times. And the best means juicy, tender, and tasty. Whoa.
Big thanks to Kamado Joe for sponsoring this episode.
If you've ever grilled chicken breast before, you know they're an absolute nightmare. They're either undercooked, overcooked. It's always something with grilled chicken breast that comes off the barbecue. So this is the challenge for today. We're going to take a chicken breast fillet like this and make it juicy, tender, and tasty. With its first chicken breast, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to season it and grill it. Therefore, I need to fire up my Kamado Joe. Put in some charcoal, a couple of fire starters, light it up, and set it to grill at a temperature of 180 degrees Celsius. I'm going to take my Scotch-Brite pan, put it on the barbecue, take out some butter, and melt it. Because in a recent experiment where I tested which was the best fat to cook with meat, I found that butter and pork fat are the most tasty fats you can use. So I'm going to brush it on my chicken fillet. And since the chicken fillet is cold and the butter is a little bit warm, it's going to solidify onto the chicken. It's going to form a nice protective outer layer to start out with, but I gotta be quick if I want to add some seasoning. And for seasoning, I've chosen the PitmasterX Tweety barbecue rub. You can find the recipe for that on our website, PitmasterX.com, or go to your barbecue specialty store and pick up a jar of this stuff. Okay, this is now ready for the barbecue, except for one thing. Because besides seasoning the chicken fillet, measuring the core temperature is one of the most important things you can do while cooking meat. Now there are some chefs that tell you a story about how they measure, like Gordon Ramsay. You think in reality Gordon Ramsay would risk a Michelin star over using a thermometer or just squeezing with his hand? I don't think so. And that's why you and me are going to take this serious as well. We're going to take the thermometer, stick it in, and this is now ready to be grilled. So amazing. The barbecue is set to a temperature of 180 degrees Celsius for grilling. It's time to put this on the grill. I want the chicken fillet to go up to a safe eating temperature, 165 degrees Fahrenheit, but I don't want it to overshoot. 75 Celsius, that is the maximum temperature that we're going to do. Of course, I'll be grilling both sides of the chicken fillet, so we get a nice amount of Maillard effect. While we wait, we might as well whip up a batch of the Tweety barbecue sauce. Now, of course, the recipe's on our website. If you find this going too fast to follow along, we're going to need half a cup of ketchup, half a cup of chili sauce, a couple of tablespoons of rum, a tablespoon of Worcester sauce, and what makes it the Tweety barbecue sauce is, of course, the Tweety barbecue rub. Now, there's a recipe for that on the website as well, but you can just pick this up at your local barbecue store. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of that. Stir this up, let it come to a slow simmer, and then the barbecue sauce is done. It's as easy as that, looking good. And when the fillet is almost done, I'm going to brush on a little bit barbecue sauce just to give it a little extra flavor. And since we're looking for the best, that's what we got to do. Now it's done, time to take it off the grill. Experiment 2 of getting the best grilled chicken fillet off the barbecue begins with getting it brined first. And for my brine, I'm going to use half a liter of water and 3 tablespoons of the PitmasterX Tweety barbecue rub. Because in the 3 tablespoons of rub, there's about 25 grams of salt, which with 500 milliliters or 2 cups of water is the perfect ratio to brine. Once everything is mixed up, I'm going to set it in the fridge, let it sit there for at least 2 hours. But it's way better if you do it for 6 hours, even 8 hours, or even better, overnight. So let's get the chicken fillets out of the brine. Let the water drip off and baste on some of that butter. Then I'm going to sprinkle on some more of that Tweety barbecue rub to give the chicken breast even more flavor, because naturally it's just a bland piece of chicken. Of course, I'm going to put in a thermometer and put this on the grill. There we go. Now I'll be grilling this chicken fillet just like I did with the first one. I'm just going to give it time, grill it slowly at a temperature of around 180 degrees Celsius. Every now and then I'm going to flip it, brush on a little bit more butter just to get it absolutely perfect. All I can do now is brush on 1 stripe of that beautiful barbecue sauce and do it lightly because we don't want it to overpower the chicken. For the first test, to achieve the best and tastiest grilled chicken breast on a barbecue, I am going to first brine my chicken, just like I did in the second experiment. Then we'll get into step 2. Season the chicken, same as in the second test, with the butter and the Tweety barbecue rub seasoning. But now we're up to the difference, because we're also gonna smoke this chicken breast. And I selected some wood chips to smoke the chicken breast with, and in this case I'll be using some cherry wood. Now there's a good reason I'm using cherry wood, because it has a strong, powerful flavor. And with this little amount of wood chips, I will be able to smoke that chicken breast just lightly, so you get a nice, flavorful bite of smoke. I've got this Kamado Joe set up to smoke at a temperature of 120 degrees Celsius. I'm going to add the wood chips. As you can see, I'm instantly getting some nice smoke twirls. I'm going to insert my wireless meter thermometer. There we go. And place the chicken breast on the barbecue and let it smoke. And I just got the notification from my meter thermometer that the chicken fillet has been smoked. Oh, however, I still want to add a little bit of that barbecue sauce, the delicious Tweety barbecue sauce, just to finish it off. I'm going to give this chicken fillet another 10 seconds to warm up that sauce, to become one, get it nice and sticky. Look at this beautiful looking chicken fillet. It's brined, it's seasoned, it's smoked, and of course, a little bit of sauce. And the last test that I'm going to run for the perfect grilled chicken breast on a barbecue is, first I'm going to brine it in the PitmasterX Tweety barbecue rub. Then again, I'm going to melt some butter, brush it on, sprinkle on a little bit of that Tweety barbecue rub. And again here, I'm going to add a wireless thermometer for meter, place it on the barbecue. Whoa, that's a lot of smoke. With the same cherry chips. And that's going to take a while because the chicken was extremely cold. So to get it up to temperature, even though it's thin, it's going to take about 20 minutes or so. Now, this is brined, it is seasoned, it is smoked, and now we're grilling it for the ultimate flavor. Give that sauce 10 seconds to warm up with the chicken. I got my full experiment done. I've got my grilled chicken breast, I got my brined and grilled chicken breast, and I got my brined and smoked chicken breast, and then brined, smoked and grilled, which basically is the reverse sear method. But which one of these four is going to be the best? First, let's cut all of these up, take a look inside and see how juicy they are. I'm going to start with the grilled chicken fillet. That is a nice grilled chicken fillet, nothing crazy, a little bit juicy. The brined and grilled chicken breast. I bet you if I squeeze this, you're gonna see juices running out. This is looking good. Now brined and smoked. I'm curious about this one. Is it gonna be more tender or less tender? This is a little less juicy. I didn't expect it to become less juicy when it's smoked instead of grilled. We'll see about the last one, which was smoked and grilled. Not really a surprise there, but the extra treatment of smoking it and grilling it kind of made it a little bit more dry, a little less moist. So moisture-wise, we got the best result with the brined and the grilled chicken breast. And I called in my expert to help me with this test. We're gonna look for tenderness and tastiness. Just grilled. Tender.
Really tender.
This is the one you're excited about. You think it's going to be more tender or just more juicy?
More juicy.
Tender and flavorness? More flavor.
And also more tender.
This is better than just grilled. Now let's slice into the brined and smoked, but not grilled.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Most definitely more smoke flavor. The final one, the one that we put most of our efforts in, is brining, smoking, and grilling.
It's more tender,
Less juicy.
but more flavorful.
That's crazy.
But you would think you would miss the juicy part.
But you don't. I didn't want to say it because
Yeah.
I thought you were going to give it away by saying this is so juicy. I fully expected that
Yeah.
the juiciest chicken fillet is going to be the one that knocks everything out of the park. It's just going to be a winner overall. However, the extra flavor, the extra tenderness is worth the extra mile.
Yeah.
Winner is going to be the reverse sear chicken breast. Runner up, juicy or smoked?
I'd go for smoked.
Because of the more flavor.
Yeah.
I agree, but it's a close call.
Yeah.
And the third one is the juicy one, it's just the brined and grilled one. And then the last one, we're gonna give it to the just grilled version.
Yeah.
It's just no good. Don't waste your time.
It's
Just
no
grill.
good.
If you're spoiled like we are,
Yeah.
why would you eat a chicken breast that is just grilled?
Chicken breast snobs right there.
If I would say to you, all right, you'll have the grilled chicken, I'll eat the rest.
I would say I'll be fine with that, but
Oh, nice.
I'll be fine with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
very good. Now you know, you can do it yourself. Thank you very much, Jim.
Love to be here.
I mean, you can go now, but
Oh.
while I eat the rest.
I'll take one piece.